Kathy Matura. First, the headlines.
Pope Leo urges Catholics and global citizens to reject anti-Semitism and promote mutual respect. Democratic Progressive Party's Samir Suleiman takes over as Speaker of National Assembly, defeating MCP's Dimba and 2 others. Courts to deliver bail ruling for 9 suspects in Namiwa Panga attack case on Thursday. In African news, President Samia search for victory in Tanzania's one-sided election.
And now the news in detail. During his catechesis at the Wednesday General Audience in St. Peter's Square, Pope Leo XIV reaffirmed that the Catholic Church does not tolerate anti-Semitism and actively opposes it in accordance with the Gospel. The Pope emphasized the enduring importance of Jewish-Catholic relations, urging that politics must never be allowed to damage them. He also spoke of the role of religions, which they can play in building a more just and peaceful world. We have a Vatican News report read by Fales Chizombe.
Reflecting on the 60th anniversary of the Second Vatican Council's Declaration Nostro Aetate, which reshaped the Church's relationship with non-Christian religions, Pope Leo noted that all his predecessors have unequivocally condemned anti-Semitism, adding that he now reaffirms this commitment. The Church stands firmly against all forms of anti-Semitism, grounded in the very message of the Gospel. Addressing the importance of interreligious dialogue, the Pope acknowledged that misunderstandings, difficulties, and conflicts have occurred over the past 6 decades, but emphasized that these have never stopped the dialogue from moving forward. He warned against letting political events or injustices committed by some weaken the friendship between faiths, especially after so much progress has been made. Pope Leo reflected on the achievements of Jewish-Catholic dialogue since 1965, describing them as a result not only of human effort, but also of the help of God, who, according to our faith, is dialogue itself. The Pope also raised concerns about the ethical development of artificial intelligence, warning that technology must never replace human beings or undermine their dignity. He stressed that religions have a vital role in humanizing technology and helping shape laws that protect human rights. Concluding his catechesis, Pope Leo invited everyone to pause for silent prayer, reminding them that prayer has the power to transform our attitudes, thoughts, words, and actions.
Samir Suleiman of the Democratic Progressive Party DPP is the new Speaker of the National Assembly. Suleiman secured 134 votes, defeating Malawi Congress Party MCP candidate Peter Dimba, who garnered 85 votes. Out of all members of parliament, 2 were absent and 1 abstained, while the other contenders, Mavuto Scott and Lasken Vigaro, did not receive any votes. We'll give you a report on that story in our subsequent bulletins. Moving on, the Principal Resident Magistrate Court in Lilongwe has reserved its ruling to Thursday afternoon on a bail application for 9 suspects accused of hacking Sylvester Namiwa with panga knives and setting vehicles on fire on June 25 this year in Lilongwe. The 9 have pleaded not guilty to all charges, which include acts intended to cause grievous harm, arson and robbery, Speaking to journalists after the court adjourned, the defense lawyer Crispin Mundala expressed confidence that the court will grant his clients bail, saying they are not flight risks and have stable homes and families in Lilongwe. However, State Prosecutor Moja Piri objected to the bail application, arguing that the accused may abscond or interfere with witnesses if released. Our Robert Edward has this report.
Initially, the case had 6 suspects, but entering the court today, there were 9 suspects. 3 have been added on the list after being arrested by the police. Now they have all taken plea to all the 6 counts, and all of them have denied all the counts. They proceeded, using their defense lawyer, they proceeded to apply for bail, but the state objected to the bail, asking the court to continue keeping them because there is a likelihood that they may run away and that they may also maybe disturb the witnesses. According to the defense, they shouldn't be granted bail because it is their right, and that they are not a flight risk, and that there is no evidence that has been brought before the court by the state that when they go out on bail, they are going to disturb the witnesses and they are going to run away because, among others, they are all living in a wrong way and they are all having their permanent residences. This is part of what the defense lawyer told journalists after the adjournment.
We did indeed advance a number of grounds for the court to consider in releasing the accused persons on bail. One of it being they do have permanent places within Lilongwe where they stay. That's a very important aspect for the court to consider in trying to release the accused persons on bail. But also we did highlight to the court that these people are married, they have family ties within Lilongwe. They are established businessmen and as it were. And further to that, most importantly, the state was on record that investigations were done and completed. There could therefore be no interference with the investigations should the accused person be released on bail. So to answer your question, that were some of the grounds where advanced to the court to consider releasing the accused persons on bail. Tomorrow, as the court has indicated, at 1:30, it shall proceed to deliver its ruling on bail. This is a matter that could go either way. The court could release the accused persons, but as defense counsel, I'm optimistic that the court will hear our prayer and indeed proceed to release the accused persons on bail.
On their part, the state prosecutor says there are more cases related to the cases that they are answering, and it involves the same witnesses. One case in point is that at Mbowe, and that case has already been registered before the Chief Justice Magistrate, and he is yet to distribute the case to another magistrate or he himself checking it. This is part of what he said.
It would as well be very difficult to make the cases because we appreciate that in the case that we have just registered today, that is pending distribution, there are 10 counts. And in the previous case in respect of Namiwa, there are 6 counts. So we cannot have many counts in one case because it will actually prejudice the accused persons when they're actually making their defense.
The case has been adjourned to tomorrow, that is Thursday, for ruling on bail. According to the state, they need about 7 days for the case to start. They have, however, indicated that all the witnesses are ready for them to be paraded in court. The 9 were arrested in connection to the incident that happened on 25 June 2025 at Lilongwe Community Center ground, involving Mr. Sylvester Namiwa, who was planning for demonstrations, and he was hacked, beaten up by some men, including what the police are believing that they are the accused, with panga knives. And there were also vehicles that were torched. during the incident. For Luntha, this is Robert Edward.
The Malawi Economic Justice Network, MEJN, has applauded government for maintaining a ban on the export of raw materials and mineral products, saying the measure will help safeguard the country's economic interests. MEJN Executive Director Bethali Pipapiri made the remarks in an interview on the sidelines of the annual partners meeting for NCADCA Malawi held at Sunbed Lilongwe Hotel. She said it is discouraging that Malawi's economy continues to struggle while others benefit unfairly from its natural resources, adding that the ban is an important step towards ensuring that minerals add value to the nation's development. Sam Kalimba has more in this report.
So we really recommend the current government, particularly the leadership, for the ban that no raw materials or product. Until now, we do face up with budgets that are deficits year in, year out, with large deficits, triggering public borrowing. That every year, the government of Malawi has been borrowing resources both domestically and sovereign or external debt. Much more sudden is that every Tuesday, Malawi government has been going into domestic borrowing. And statistically, we came to realize that should minerals trade, or should we be doing well in terms of mining industry, records has it that Malawi could accumulate annually not less than 500,000 US dollars.
You're watching News Live on Luntha TV. We take a short break. Stay with us.
It's the 2025 Praise Experience Malawi Gospel Extravaganza, probably the biggest gospel concert of the year, live at the BICC Lilongwe, 6 December 2025, featuring 28 of Malawi's A-list gospel artists, including Miracle Chinga, Kamuzu Barracks Gospel Singers, Lloyd Perry, Great Angels Choir, Marvelous Deeds, Ande Seko, Maggie Mangani, Norman Perry, Alex Nkalo, Debbie N, Confidence Voices, Bishop Chimwemwe Mhango, Ruth Misi, Musa Bwemba, Chris Kantunze, Carlo Kadzua, Sam Maliza, Reverend Dayton Bewe, Betha Nkoma, Rudo Chakwera, Peter Mlangeni, Martha Mituga, and many more. Charges: standard ticket 20,000 kwacha advance and 30,000 at the door. VIP 50,000 kwacha, VVIP 100,000 kwacha. Tickets available at Lloyd Perry Shop, Toto Walkers, Patanki, Kabale Filling Station, Area 18 Filling Station, Area 18 Sanamu, Best Oil, CBM Superstorm Sungwi, Area 49 Panda, No Monde Design Shop at BICC, Toto Filling Station City Center, BICC Reception, Maula Puma Filling Station, Puma Crossroads Filling Station, Kaunda Puma, Likuni Filling Station, Pamalewezi, Toto Bunda Filling Station, and Biwi Filling Station. Doors open at exactly 10 a.m. All artists will perform live, backed by the Praise Experience Band, and the entire show will be filmed for the Praise Experience Malawi Volume 2 album. So look sharp and dress for the occasion. Remember, all roads lead to the BICC in Lilongwe on 6 December for the 2025 Praise Experience Malawi Gospel Extravaganza, powered by AIA LED, Umodzi Park.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Luntha TV News and I'm Kathy Matura. Before we proceed, here is a recap of the news making the headlines.
Pope Leo urges Catholics and global citizens to reject anti-Semitism and promote mutual respect. Democratic Progressive Party's Samir Suleiman takes over as Speaker of National Assembly, defeating MCP's Dimba and 2 others. Court to deliver bail ruling for 9 suspects in Namiwa Panga attack case on Thursday. In African news, President Samia's search for victory in Tanzania's one-sided election.
Action Aid Malawi has urged mining companies operating in Balaka district to ensure that surrounding communities benefit from mining activities taking place in their areas. Speaking on Tuesday during an interface meeting involving mining firms and affected communities, Climate Just Transition for Mining Affected Communities Officer Charles Finance Piri expressed concern that women and children remain excluded from the economic gains associated with mining. Piri called on the companies to fully comply with mining regulations and adopt inclusive practices that allow local residents to meaningfully benefit from the natural resources extracted in their communities. From our Balaka Bureau, Andrew Nandolo has filed this report.
During the interface meeting held at Zimbabwe Lodge, it emerged that communities in Balaka are not benefiting from the ongoing mining activities in their areas. For instance, Alena Maseko from Kangankundi complained that some mining companies are polluting the environment and leaving behind deep trenches that collect water, one of which reported caused the death of a 10-year boy last year. Action Aid Malawi stressed that through the Climate Just Transition for Mining Affected Communities project, duty bearers and mining companies are being reminded to follow all mining regulations and ensure that surrounding communities fully benefit from the natural resources being extracted.
Yeah, we established a number of challenges. Mainly, there is a lot of environmental degradation in the mining sector, and also gender inequalities in terms of sharing the proceeds of the mining activities. It has been observed that the youth and women are marginalized, and they are getting very little from these activities. And just to add, the other problem has been water pollution in Balaka. For example, I'll give you in Tie Palula, we have a river there which is polluted with mercury emanating from these activities of mining. They use mercury to process gold, so this is causing a lot of pollution. This is very dangerous to the health of the people, animals, and even the plants in the areas. So we thought that maybe we bring together these communities and the duty bearers so that we map the way forward on how we can curb this.
In response, Daniel Breeze, an engineer from Lindian Mining Company in Kangankundi, said the company is already supporting the community by constructing school blocks and paying school fees to some learners in the area.
Lindian Executive Chairman, Mr. Robert Martin, came to site, and there was cracks in the school. And I went to go and show him. He said, Daniel, use the money to fix up the school. We are here for the community. So I'm going to support my executives, I'm supporting my directors, and all of the investors, because we are here for the community and to do mining safely within the MMRA's guidelines. And we will be fully compliant.
Meanwhile, Action Aid Malawi is implementing a 1-year project valued at 90 million kwacha in Balaka and Nkhotakota, aimed at ensuring mining affected communities enjoy social and economic benefits. Reporting from Balaka, this is Andrew Nandolo.
The National Democratic Institute, NDI, has named Malawi's Chisango Watch as one of the recipients of the 2025 Madeleine K. Albright Democracy Award, recognizing the coalition's commitment to strengthening democracy and promoting human rights in the country. In a press statement, NDI said Chisango Watch's outreach, leadership and collaboration with diverse stakeholders has empowered citizens to take an active role in shaping their democratic future. The Madeleine K. Albright Democracy Award is NDI's highest recognition, celebrating organizations and individuals who champion democratic values such as accountability, transparency, and citizen participation. Emmanuel Chiwocha reports.
Chisango Watch has been recognized for its innovative efforts in promoting electoral integrity, civic engagement, and community-driven monitoring of democratic processes across Malawi. NID commended the coalition for its impact in enhancing citizen participation, promoting credible elections, and fostering trust between government institutions and local communities. By receiving this award, Chisango Watch joined a distinguished list of the past honorers, including Graphers, the Oxford Internet Institute, Chile's Movement for Free Elections, and the Organization of American Estates, all recognized for its advancing democratic innovation and global solidarity. The official award presentation will take place on Wednesday, December 3, 2025, in Washington, D.C. during NID's Day of Democracy, an annual event that brings together policymakers, civil society leaders, and global partners to celebrate progress in democratic governance. For Luntha News in Lilongwe, this is Emmanuel Chiwocha.
Minister of Health Principal Secretary Dan Namarika has challenged Malawi's scientific community to ensure that research being conducted in the country directly contributes to strengthening the health system and driving sustainable development. Speaking in Lilongwe as he presided over the opening of the inaugural National Public Health Dissemination Conference, Namarika said Malawi must shift from conducting research that ends up on shelves to generate evidence that influences policy, improves service delivery, and supports innovation. Tandiwe Mzumara has more details in this report.
Namarika emphasized that locally generated knowledge should be translated into practical products and technologies that can boost the private sector and generate much-needed revenue for the country.
We are looking at research findings that give us evidence to inform policy that will ensure that brings impact, changes the way of doing things, brings resilience to the system. The health system in Malawi has almost always collapsed whenever there's a shock. When there was COVID, it took time for the health system to recover.
World Health Organization WHO country representative Dr. Nima Rusibamaira Kimambo held the high-level engagement as a significant step towards ensuring that homegrown research informs decisions at national level.
On a strategy for 2016-2025, which aims to build capacity of research in countries. And what is important is that countries come up with their own research agenda, meaning identifying what are the priorities for research, and then to be able to mobilize funds for that, and then to disseminate those findings and to use the evidence to form policy, and then from policy to practice.
National AIDS Commission NAC Chief Executive Officer Dr. Beatrice Lydia Matanje added that closer collaboration between scientists and policymakers will help accelerate evidence-based interventions.
And in the spirit of efficiency and integration, as NAC was saying, why don't we integrate and have one joint conference rather than having two? So indeed, we have co-hosted, we co-organized, and we are co-hosting this event because we believe that the partners and the target and the audience is the same.
The three-day event, organized by the Public Health Institute of Malawi, FIM, in collaboration with the National AIDS Commission, NAC, and others, has brought together researchers, policymakers, and implementation partners to share findings that can address persistent challenges in the health sector. The conference signals the beginning of a stronger push for a resilient, research-led health system that delivers real benefits to Malawians. For Luntha News, this is Tandiwe Mzumara.
In international news, Tanzanians went to the polls on Wednesday in an election largely seen as a formality for President Samia Suluhu Hassan after leading opposition figures were barred from contesting, leaving the ruling Chama Mapinduzi CCM party with little competition. The vote, which also covered parliamentary seats and elections in the semi-autonomous Zanzibar archipelago, took place without participation of the main opposition party, Chadema, and the second largest ACT Wazalendo. Both were disqualified earlier this year in controversial decisions that have drawn criticism from rights groups and political observers. We have a Reuters news report read by Judith Organ.
The disqualification of key challengers has effectively cleared the way for President Hassan's re-election, consolidating CCM's decades-long grip on Tanzanian politics. Police stations across the country recorded light voter turnout, with the process remaining calm and orderly in most urban centers, including Dar es Salaam and Dodoma. The Election Commission announced that voting was proceeding smoothly and that official results would be released within 3 days. Despite earlier online calls for protest, no major disturbances were reported nationwide. President Hassan's campaign has highlighted her administration's progress in infrastructure expansion, power generation, and education reforms. She has pledged to build on those achievements in her next term, emphasizing continuity and national development. Rights groups, including Amnesty International, have accused the authorities of restricting political freedoms and repressing dissent ahead of the polls. The government has dismissed those claims, maintaining that the election process is fair, transparent, and conducted according to the law. For Luntha News in Lilongwe, this is Judith Organ.
That Reuters report on the Tanzanian elections update read by Judith Organ brings us to the end of this bulletin. But before I go, here's a recap of the headlines.
Pope Leo urges Catholics and global citizens to reject anti-Semitism and promote mutual respect. Democratic Progressive Party's Samia Suleiman takes over as Speaker of National Assembly, defeating MCP's Dimba and 2 others. Courts to deliver bail ruling for 9 suspects in Namiwa Panga attack case on Thursday. In African news, President Samia's search for victory in Tanzania's one-sided election.
We have come to the end of the bulletin. From all of us here at Luntha TV, your source of wisdom and truth, we wish you all the best with the remaining days of the week. I'm Kathy Matura and goodbye for now.
Pope Leo urges Catholics and global citizens to reject anti-Semitism and promote mutual respect. Democratic Progressive Party Samir Suleiman takes over as Speaker of National Assembly, defeating MCP Dimba and 2 others. Courts to deliver bail ruling for 9 suspects in Namiwa Panga attack case on Thursday. In African news, President Samia set for victory in Tanzania's one-sided election.